Aquarius, let's get straight into it. This is for November 28th through the 30th. Keep in mind, you only want to take what applies and leave the rest. And any information you need will be below. But let's start with the healing mantra deck. I'm going to pull a message from your spirit guides. We're going to also do a spread and see what comes up as well. So let's get started. What is the healing? Oh, okay. Well, I'll take the card that flies out. So the healing mantra for you, the message from your spirit guides, it says balancing the brain. And the back of the card reads, I can be and do all at once. Okay. So this is making sure that you're not all over the place. Spirit is saying you guys may be wanting to be here, there, and everywhere. And there's a need for you to make sure that you're doing things, especially if you are going to be all over the place, in a fashion to where you're able to be consistent. The worst thing you want to do is like try to balance 4 businesses at one time and you're not even able to manage one. Or, you know, trying to do all these different things, be all these different places at the same time and expect to, I don't know, still have energy, agility to keep going when at some point there is going to be burnout. There is going to be a need to regroup and restructure. Okay. Also, this is understanding that, yes, a lot of you are very much multi-talented. You're able to do multiple things. You're not just a one-dimensional individual. But it's understanding that all you got to do is find that one thing that you can build off of. And after you get a level of balance with that, then move on to the next thing. Never just try to dump a whole bunch of things on your plate, expecting like instantaneous results, or again, expecting that you won't get burnout. Okay, this is a very specific message. Spirit is saying, just because someone doesn't see or doesn't value certain qualities that you may have doesn't mean that you're not valuable, that you're not going to attract somebody who will. Because for some of you, you could be feeling like you're, I don't know, less than a woman or a man because a particular person doesn't recognize who you are or, you know, the characteristics or the energy that you possess. But there may be someone else that's more so in alignment with them, and someone else may be more so in alignment with you. Okay, and you should never feel like you have to change yourself, change the essence of who you are for the sake of someone else. But getting deeper into this reading, the first card I have is the present energy, and my card's all bent up. So we have the strength card. So strong Leo energy is trying to peek into your reading. Okay, if not a Leo, if this is not about a Leo in your life, this feels more so like ego is being tested during this time frame. And when I say ego, this isn't saying that you guys are egotistical. This is just more so saying ego, the essence of who we think we are, which is not who we really are, is being tested during this time frame. And spirit is trying to get you to more so fall in alignment with who you truly are. A lot of times we can kind of become defensive. We can become not like ourselves for the sake of trying to protect ourselves, trying to, you know, tap into keeping willpower, especially if we're being tested by outside people. We can kind of, you know, cling on to our ego and go into defense mode to save our ego. And spirit is more so like breaking that wall down during this time frame, especially when it comes to like defensiveness that may be around some of you guys. All right, clarifying that I have the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like a change in focus where you may have been super determined with a particular goal. It's like the whole thought process that you may be in shifts in terms of what drives you, what keeps you going. So what a good example of this could be, what may have driven you at one point is money. And it could have caused you to tap into things that you weren't necessarily proud of. Now it's like regrouping, understanding that was going on, and more so changing your whole focus into, you know, more so spirituality or more so other things, as an example. But Spirit is also going to reward you for your determination, especially within your career. If you've been extremely resilient and you've been focused, you're going to start to see things pick up for you. But I'm telling you, a lot of you, like, a focus here is going to shift. Something that determines you or what gets you going on a database, that's about to change. Now, what I see for the overall theme, I have the 10 of Pentacles, or the 10 of Discs in this deck. And the focus is on family. There's something with family that may be coming up. You may be cutting ties with a certain family member or completing a karmic cycle with family, because that is the 10. We're dealing with 10 energy, which is a cycle of completion. So there may be some sort of completion of like a negative cycle with you and a family member, a mother, father, aunt, whoever. I'm hearing also moving here. Some of you may be getting a new place to stay. Also a focus on like a long-term relationship, whether you're in one or not. I'm seeing that be like some reoccurring themes here. But what's hidden with the King of Cups? This is your feelings. A lot of you could be burying your true feelings below the surface when it comes to a person in particular, especially if you're not speaking to them anymore. It's like you may be masking the fact that you even still care about them, or that there's still feelings there. And you may not be, you know, in a space to where you're able to tell them because you may be too prideful. Ego may be telling you don't do that, or you know that this person isn't good for you. So those feelings should be more so kept away from them. Yeah, you could be also like more so keeping your desires to yourself. You could be feeling like the second you start to kind of open up to people emotionally, they kind of use it against you. So you may not be feeling like you could really connect with somebody on an emotional level. Now, advice for you with the Two of Swords, where you may be ignoring a very important decision that you need to make in due time, or you should have made in due time. It's time for you to make that decision. This is like procrastination to the fullest. Also, where you keep like verbally clashing with someone, at some point you got to realize that it's not healthy. Especially if you guys are very much night and day to each other. Literally, we have that night and day energy. So you guys think differently. You guys move differently. So with you knowing that, this may be a sign that maybe you need to give this person some space, because it's always like a verbal clashing or a lack of being able to understand where the other person's coming from. Now, a challenge here, I do have the Death card. So this could be changes that are happening around you that are confusing, or the fact that something has ended and you don't know if it will return or if it will come back around, especially if this is a person. Okay. This could also be like a desire for change, but it could be extremely hard. Like, for instance, like you wanting to change your eating habits or stop smoking, or, you know, make changes to your financial situation. It's not just a snap of the finger type of quick fix. This is something that's either a gradual change, or it's going to put you in a position to where you have to make some very crucial decisions here. Another thing I'm seeing in particular, the biggest challenge that may be here is the fact that something is very inconsistent. It has high lows or high lows. It has high highs and low lows, a relationship here. And it seems like it just doesn't stop. It's like a constant roller coaster. Now, What I see for what's ahead, I have the Three of Dis, or the Three of Pentacles. So what's ahead? So I do see you really spending more time with friends and family, people who you value, people who you hold near and dear. I also see you considering whether or not you should go into business with someone else, or like two other people. And for my people who already are doing business with other individuals, make sure they got their business together. Like, make sure they're doing things correctly on their end and not like failing the whole structure of the business, essentially, by not being business minded or staying on top of their end of the business, if that makes sense. I also see you really cussing somebody out for involving you in a third party situation you did not sign up to be in, or you did sign up for it, but you didn't expect it to actually result in the things that are happening. This is like them still slightly dealing with this person after telling you that they're going to leave that situation and they still haven't. Or it's like you notice they're not acting like how they were acting in the beginning of this connection, where they were acting like, oh, I'm not interested in fixing things, but you're noticing that some way, somehow they still are. So these are some of the things that I see. I hope that this was helpful. Thumbs the video up, subscribe if you did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.